Bobrisky is not gay. VDM, whatever his name is, has not come out to say that he's gay. These are just two people that are trying to make their daily 2K.
So you said Bobrisky is not gay. What was he?
I don't want to talk about Bobrisky.
I just feel like us as Nigerians, we should just learn to respect people.
We can't respect you.
Not just
listen, don't say that. If you're a public figure in this country, you do something to the public. You can't tell us to respect you.
Let me finish DeeOne. We need to learn to respect people and respect boundaries.
There's no boundary once you're a public figure.
If somebody has not come out to publicly declare that they are gay or not, it's none of your business. Who somebody
it is
having
all
sex
of our
with.
business when you begin to drag. See, don't do that. Don't do that.
Who you're having sex with is nobody's business.
Tosin was here and you listen to him. Why are you an hypocrite?
Alright guys, welcome to another great episode of Paul's Hot Takes. Guys, you know my name is Nancy Chukudebe and I don't do this podcast by myself. I have my beautiful, lovely, darling Cera. How you doing?
Hi Nancy.
I'm fine. And I have over there the guy that's, you know what he does. He says his name is DeeOne, but sometimes DeeOne
It's his
likes
cute
to
smile
cause
for me.
wahala. Everybody say hi to DeeOne.
Everywhere.
And then I beg. Please, let's get down to the conversation. The reason why we have other gathered here. The reason why you decided to tune in today to watch Paul's Hot Takes. Our guest. Would I say he's the first of the first?
Yes.
The one that decided to say, you know what, this is my stance and I'm going to take it and will be tired anybody in Nigeria that want to strike me because this is who I am. Ladies and gentlemen, he is to me the first gay rights activist in Nigeria. If your hands are not busy, if you're not watching, taking popcorn while you're eating or eating plantain as you're eating, please put your hands together, guys. Put your hands together now. I don't understand.
We're smiling now.
For Bisi Alimi. How you doing, Bisi?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, DeeOne.
Yeah.
It's nice to be here.
It's
nice to have you here.
All right, let's go right into the conversation. For me, like I said, you were the first gay activist person here in Nigeria. How was it for you? Coming out.
In 2004.
2004 for
On
that matter.
NTA, you came out and you
National
said, you know
television.
what, this is who I am. And it was a live program, by the way.
You know, I get asked this question a lot of time. How was it for me? And I always try to I think DeeOne, you were talking about the year. You know, I don't think if NT has changed right now, but it was this.
It has not changed.
It was
don't
really
worry.
the grainy TV, and we still have to slap our TV before it comes up those days.
So if you don't understand, that's why it's
Jesse will
fine.
not
You don't get it.
Jesse
You don't
won't
get it.
Jesse,
but,
that was like 21
years ago.
years ago. What do you smoke? We make you come outside say,
You won't make I give you my plug.
That's such a real answer.
But I wasn't smoking anything. You know, I was confused as a very young person, just leaving uni. I went to University of Lagos. I was just leaving uni and the media was like literally on my neck. And, but 2 years before, Campus Life, which is a Unilag campus magazine, has outed me on campus. And so that was a big news and everybody was talking about it. Then I had my break in Nollywood because I studied theater art and I was on Galaxy TV. I was acting.
wow.
And then a newspaper was going to out me. And I just felt like, you know, I've been running and hiding for a very long time. For once, I want to control my own narrative. I want to speak for myself. So I reached out to New Dawn with Fumi. And I said I wanted to come out. It was Chude that I spoke to at that time. And it was kind of like, are you really sure?
Chude.
Same Chude.
Eh?
Same Chude. And we're both in uni like then. Chude was studying law. And I was like, are you really sure you want to do this? And I was like, I'm tired. Because if I don't tell the story, they are going to frame the story in a way that I would then be reacting to it. And I don't like to react to things. I like to dictate how things goes. So Fumi was a little bit hesitant. But after back and forth, she said, okay, let's do this. And then we did it October 2004.
Damn.
So, you know, as kids, while we're all
That's
growing
so
up, there are
bold.
things that your parents will say,
That's
don't
so
do.
bold.
Remember the child of who you are and everything. And when you come out, some of us will prepare our mind, say, this is the backlash we are going to get. Well, I'm not going to chest it for you. The backlash, how did you navigate it? Because I'm sure there was backlash, even where you even went out of the country.
It was immediate. It was very, very immediate. We were still in the studio when that was happening.
Whoa.
Actually, Fumi took me home. She like drove me in her car to drop me at home. Like there's this short documentary that Fumi and I did about the coming out, and she was telling her own side of the story, and I was telling mine. And that was when I knew that the network was speaking to her through the phone.
Yeah,
that they need to
yes,
cut the
yes,
show
yes,
off.
yes.
But she didn't cut it.
She didn't cut it. She kept on going, and she said she was not going to cut it. And then when we finished, there were people outside.
Like Nigerians
went
went in front of NTA.
Because it was
to do what? To
was
protest?
a Tejo show. It was the NTA.
Yeah, the one in Yaba.
The one in Yaba. And they were waiting outside. It was crazy. It was.
Were they with like weapons or something? Like,
No,
I
they
want
were
to
just
understand the
making
picture.
noise and all of that, and they had to smuggle me into Fumi's car and just drove me off. And then I live in Jakonde Estates that time,
Which one? Jakonde?
the one in Isolo.
Yeah, Jacob.
So getting back, my reality wasn't the same anymore, because now I'm not the guy that they used to see on TV. I'm not the guy that is gay, and so the dynamics change. Even people that were very close to me kind of have to rethink the relationship with me. And then, you know, you walk down, people call you names, throw things at you, and all of that. It was pretty hard. I mean, I didn't have a vision board of, okay, you're going to come out and specifically say, this is what the reaction is going to be. But it was more than I expected. And in 2007, I went to the UK for a conference, and then I came back, and that was when I was like almost killed.
Wow.
By who?
Some group of boys.
People they will go on.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria, they
Of
came
course.
into my house, and
Nigerians.
Almost killed you for being gay.
yeah, it was really bad. But I don't think that was just about it, because I'd gone out and I did a particular interview with the BBC when I was in London,
Right.
and I was talking about how Nigeria at that time was collecting a lot of money from the Global Fund, specifically for HIV prevention for gay men. But they were about to pass a law that would criminalize gay men. So I was saying accountability. So the money in millions of dollars that you've collected, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Because these are the same people you're using their name to collect money.
Yeah.
You want to be throwing them in jail. So you
So
need to
where's the
explain.
money going?
Exactly. And the ones that you've collected that you're not using for them, can you explain that? And then when I got back, I was arrested at the airport. So
Whoa.
that was the first time.
By the
that-
government.
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't want to ascribe anything to anyone. And don't forget, this was under the Obasanjo regime. So I come back, I was arrested, detained for 24 hours. I was released, and I went home. And then a few days later, my house was broken into. It was like the most horrible 3 hours of my life.
Damn.
It was horrible. I thought they were going to kill me. Honestly.
They beat you up?
Oh, they were beaten. I was tied up. I was beaten constantly, and I was like, you were saying nasty things about the government. You this gay guy. Why did you come back to this country? And 2 days later, I was out, and didn't come back here until 2015.
So, all that happened in 2004. Let's talk before 2004. First off, you mentioned that you were outside in school. But before we get into you being outside in school, how did you even discover that you liked men and you liked them sexually?
Maybe romantically.
Romantically? So it started romantic for you?
No, because sexually, it's not. Sex is not the definition of sexuality. It's the feeling, it's the romance. So people think that the kind of sex that you have determines your sexual orientation. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The core of sexual orientation is who you love. It's very much about the romance and not about the sex. And I will
Is there
explain
a
that.
difference?
There is a difference, because there are people who are asexual, and asexuality means that these are people who are romantic towards someone, but they're not sexual. They don't have a sex life.
Oh, asexual people are romantic towards people?
And they don't have
I know
sex.
they don't have a sex life, but I didn't think that they could catch feelings, because
Yeah, they
what are you
catch
catching
feelings.
feelings for?
No, they do catch feelings. So in that way, an asexual queer person have feelings for a romantic feeling towards a person
They're
of same sex.
asexual queer people?
Yeah. Yes, there are asexual queer people.
And you met them?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are asexual and who are in a relationship, in a sexless relationship, right? And again, there are issues where people have sex, because a certain kind of sex, because of the situation where they find themselves.
Right.
So that sex doesn't define who they are.
So
it's
more
who they
about-
feel for.
So who was let's talk about how you started, how you found out you could have romantic love feelings for a man.
I was very young, actually. I was about 8, 9, 10 when I realized that I could, or when I realized that I was having romantic feelings towards anyone. I had my first kiss when I was 11 in primary school.
Nah, man.
Yes, yes.
Like
With a
the
guy.
With a guy.
And you had a crush on him.
Yeah, I had a crush on him, and he had a crush on me. But I then went to secondary school. I went to Eco Boys High School. And
Eco Boys.
yeah, I went to
An
Eco
all
Boys.
boys school.
Yeah, an all boys school in Idioro.
Okay.
In Mushin. But it was hard because people would think that because you went to an all boys school, oh my God, that's where
Sounds like paradise for gay
it
people.
wasn't, because it was
Because
also
I hear how they.
no,
I
it was
feel
also
like
the
it's
breeding
also
ground of
helped.
bullying.
Like bullying
Talk-
and
Okay.
You had so many men, so much testosterone, so much masculinity in place. You have to protect yourself because it becomes the survival of the fittest, right? All these boys playing football, running and doing all of these energy-induced activities. And you are just there trying to like survive. And you get picked on all the time. You get bullied all the time. You get things said to you all the time. And the teachers are not very supportive as well because they also don't understand what is going on. I don't really understand what was going on with me. I think it wasn't until when I was 18 that I went to my first gay party. That was 1993.
Wait, before we
Wait,
talk about the gay
before
party.
the gay party.
In
The
school.
11-year-old way
Yeah,
you
in
kiss
school,
man.
was that your boyfriend in school? Or
Is it you that went to kiss guy? This guy can't kiss
No,
you?
it wasn't my boyfriend. So this was what happened. It was our end of the year
Party.
prize giving day. And so I always lead my school cultural group.
Aw.
Yes, I was the only boy with all girls. So we were dancing and we were very close. Myself and this guy, we were really close. I think it was one of the closest person I had to me in secondary school and primary school. So I went to change because we have another performance and they're going to give the gift. So it was helping me. And it was a moment in time that it was very innocent that we kissed each other.
Was it like
Now,
a French kiss?
our mouth?
I'm
No,
trying to
wait.
pin-
Our
come
mouth
on.
touched.
No,
Right.
but the culture. Why is it that you the cultural dance? It is sweet. We can say lovely performance. I don't understand.
Maybe that was what induced the moment.
Aw.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I was young, so the idea of who starts what is not something that
No, I want to understand how
But
at
it
11.
was beautiful.
At 11.
At 11, it was beautiful.
You felt
Yes.
the same butterflies that
Yes, I
people
do.
would
And this
feel.
is one of the reasons I advocate that sex education should be taught to minors.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
I'm a big advocate
No,
of
but
that.
at 11, that's very young.
But
though.
kids,
How old
No,
were you when you
at,
had your
at,
first
kids,
at 11
kids that
years,
are
you should have
straight
sex
are
education.
doing things, are calling boys, are calling girls
Yes.
their girlfriend at 8 years
Nobody
old.
should even do anything at 11.
But
You'll be
I
you'll
think
be a
that's
joker
not
if you
right,
don't
yeah.
if you think
Okay,
so.
at 11, people
No,
should start.
no, not start.
but
At
come on, an
11,
innocent
you
kiss.
should actually start having some certain conversations with your daughter and your son.
Exactly.
No, conversation
and you'll be
is
deceiving
okay.
yourself to
But
say
I'm
that
saying-
they're
That
not
they're not
feeling
doing
people.
it.
Not just doing it, that they don't have crushes on people.
Having crush is okay.
Yes,
right?
we get it.
But I'm saying kiss, whether straight or not
But
straight,
do you know
at 11
years is puberty stage?
Yes, that's
your
the
puberty.
point.
No,
yeah.
so the
So
sex
a lot of things are
education-
happening to your body
Yes.
from 8 years old.
Absolutely.
But sex education doesn't mean you are saying, okay, this is how to kiss.
It's about knowing your body. Teaching kids to know their body
I
and to set
understand. I'm
boundaries.
just saying that at 11, I feel like that's pretty young.
No,
You know,
it's
maybe-
not. The 11-year-old
what they
is not
have,
young.
the access a 11-year-old has now is not what we had when we were 11.
Even when we were 11, we were
Things were
liking
happening.
people. Let's not
Things were happening.
pretend.
So the what?
So
what?
you're not like
We're
anybody when
liking
you were
people when
11.
no,
we're 11.
liking is. I mean, you start liking from when you have
Some of us
sex.
were already sending love letters.
No, I mean, I know.
I never sent nor received one. Why?
Don't worry, you go born. Your share will do that for you.
Should I write A1?
Please, I don't mind. The only thing is you don't like me like that. If it's D1 now or something, that would be cute.
What is I don't like you like that?
I mean, romantically.
you never know.
Oh, you like women too?
No, I don't like women. No, I don't.
So do I look like a man?
Oh God,
My
no.
God, Sarah,
He
Sarah,
sees a
what's
man in you. He sees a man in you.
No.
Please.
So-
But yeah,
Let's go
we're
back.
talking about pre-2004. So
No,
yeah,
no,
the kids
wait.
happened with the guy.
That 11 years old.
You just want to see
They
that.
wanted me somehow.
You want to see
I know.
that.
I believe say person that. Okay, so that guy now. Did you guys now date or?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
But is
Because
that
I
guy
don't-
still gay today?
No, he wasn't. He's married with kids.
Whoa.
Okay. So
It's-
he was gay, then he now
He
convert.
wasn't gay.
Okay.
Because he kissed a
they
man
confuse me.
doesn't make him gay.
Okay, so if
So
somebody
you
kisses
have
a man
you have to say to yourself that this is who I am, right?
before you, it's like a confession before
It's
you become
like
gay.
an acceptance,
Right.
Okay.
right? It says so. It's not my place to say because something happened between me and someone else that person
Is gay.
is like me.
Okay. So what you are saying now is that the fact that the guy kissed you at 11 does not mean that he is gay.
It doesn't even make me gay at 11. It just make me a boy who kissed a boy.
So what now makes you gay? Is the confession that I am?
Is the way I was growing up and realizing that I'm orientated to be romantic towards men. And for me, it was hard.
You
Bec-
struggled with
I
it.
struggled with it a lot because I couldn't understand why I couldn't be like my big brother.
Did you have a girlfriend? Did you try having a
Yeah,
girlfriend?
I did. I had a couple of girlfriends, and I remembered once when when one of my video came out of me coming out of somebody reposted one of my videos, and my girlfriend in uni called and said, "I never knew you were gay."
And
So
you guys used to have sex? You and the girl?
I've never had sex with a woman.
You've never had sex with a woman.
I've never had, and I do not intend to. And I really think I'm very lucky because I
You
will
sure?
feel.
You sure
no,
you know they miss?
no, I'm not missing anything. Because again, you see, this is a problem. You know, this is a problem I have with straight men.
Yeah.
The codifying of woman as a sex toy.
No.
No, that's not what it. That's
no,
not what
that
he
is what
meant.
it, no,
though.
no.
but
When-
I
agree
when
with this
when I
for
go
sure, but that's
online,
not what he
when I
meant.
go online and there's a story about me, and it also comes from women, and they will say, "Oh, you see women, come and try me." Then you will, and I feel like it doesn't make sense that you think, and a lot of straight women find themselves in relationship with gay men because they think they can save those gay men, because
No,
they
honestly,
think they can
that's
turn those
to
gay
me.
men.
Excuse me, that's stupidity because I feel like nobody can change
Exactly.
anybody.
So,
I understand,
wait, for
but
real,
you
that
now
happened?
saying that you are
Yeah.
you
I thought
you
with gay men with straight women lied to those straight women to be with them. I didn't know that straight women were.
do you know how many
openly
messages
dating-
I get from straight women daily to tell me that if I try them, I will stop dating men?
Yeah, but
What the
another thing
hell?
is how you go fit come as I say you be gay, like you're attracted to men when you've not tried woman before.
How do you know you're straight when you've not tried men before?
Thank you for that question.
So now this is the thing, right?
No, you didn't answer my question.
No,
though.
you are the one coming to proclaim something.
So
There's a question I want to ask, right? This is, do you think if it's allowed in Nigeria, do you think more people will come out?
Yes.
Because a lot of these Bobrisky and James Brown, they need to respect this guy because
But
Naim come out.
Then Bobrisky are not gay.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
They're not gay.
Bobrisky talks about his man.
Stop now.
But
With his full
Bobrisky
chest.
is as transitioned.
Hey, Mona, no
He's a
confused
trans-
person.
Okay.
With a
It's a
see,
trans
Bobrisky get
person.
block us.
Okay, wait. So you're
It-
trying to say when they transition from men to women, they're no longer gay.
Yes.
See.
But I think it still
Okay,
has the
Then
same.
they,
Yeah.
and if they
I think
date
we're-
and if they date men at that point, which is going to blow everybody's mind, when they date men,
It's a straight relationship.
It's a straight
But
relationship.
he still has his penis. I
because
think.
that was not what defined us.
So what defines a man then?
when they
That's
when,
the
That's the
difference.
thing. That's the thing. So what happens to people, and there are about 5% of them in the human population that have both organs.
okay,
Yeah,
I'm
we
coming.
know.
I'm
Intersex.
coming.
Sex.
5%.
Yes.
That's-
Or what define people that don't even have same organ, but have a different external organ and a different internal organ that is different from the external
Please
organ.
explain that. I'm
This thing
confused.
this
So
thing go scatter
somebody
person head,
have a, can we say dick on
Yes,
radio?
we can.
But have a womb.
or you can say block us.
There are people in this
Yes.
world with that.
Yes.
intersex.
My goodness, I never knew that things like that existed that much. I used to think it was like maybe a 1% or even 0.5%
No.
where you see like intersex humans. But 5%, that's
But
a lot.
but do you know we are knowing more and more about intersex now because of science.
Yeah.
So what
Are we
normally
sure they're not lying?
no because
Just to push an
No, no,
agenda?
no,
no,
it's
they're
not an
not.
agenda. Why would it be
not.
an agenda? What
Maybe for the trans community?
happens is a parent will give birth and you will see the two organs and you will ask the hospital to cut off one or seal off one
Yeah.
based off of what you want.
Yeah.
And then the child
Really?
is
Yeah.
growing. So you leave the penis, the child is growing, then the child started developing breasts. So how do you deal with that? Or you cut off the penis and you leave the vagina and then the child grows up, but there is no breast. There is no womb. So how
Triggered.
do you differ? So that's why
Does
there's
any, wait, is it that the pregnant mother must have taken something?
No.
that causes
Sometimes
that?
it's just how that people forming. You know how
Yeah.
a child can be is how a child can be born with a hole in the heart.
Exactly.
Something in the process of the development in the mother's womb,
Something went wrong.
was off. Something didn't go. So that's you
Damn.
don't.
Nancy,
it's
you
not
don't
something.
see person will get the two before because you have
I've met one, and I've
Okay.
also I've not seen her private parts, but
you've
I've
had a
met her
conversation.
one person. Then I was also heard on radio.
so she show you blockers.
She didn't show me. I
Okay.
didn't see it. Then I also heard on radio of another known Nigerian athletes that had this issue with
Athletes?
her. Yes, she did, and she didn't come out immediately to say it. It was later in her life where she had to now pick which organ she wanted to roll with, and she was seeking for funds for the
Okay.
operation.
Damn, has she done the operation?
I can't
You don't
remember.
know.
Yeah.
I believe this and
Oh, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are also learning. You know, people that are watching this thing, they are learning. But before we started recording, you mentioned that you were 50 this year. You became 50 years old.
yes,
and
I'm
you
so
don't
sorry.
look it.
How come you don't even look 50 at all? You did trip
Don't-
for them.
you
Why
don't
did you?
look it.
No, because honestly, I feel like human beings were at the stage where we're so used to feeling like 50 is
Asian.
you get
Not
but
ancient. We
not
know-
ancient. Like
Baba.
when you're 50, there's a way you
Nancy.
should be looking
Nancy.
in Nigeria. No, Sarah. When you're 50, there's a way you should be looking. But if you look at it really, at 50, you are starting your life, and you should not be looking like you're entering
I
the
thought
ending
it
of your
was
life.
Life begins at 40. When I don't carry and go 50.
Since Facebook, we've
so
been,
how come you look this young?
I prioritize my peace of mind. It's very
While dealing with men,
yeah.
There's peace
Men
of
will
mind
stain
there.
your black.
you exactly.
Okay, men don't break your heart before.
No, funny enough, I wanted because before this we started, we are having a conversation, and he hinted that he's been in like a serious relationship, even married for 8 years.
I've been married for 8 years. Yeah.
Yes,
You were married?
8 years.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
he
married.
was.
I'm
Oh,
married.
you're married?
Yeah,
I'm
He's
married.
married now.
I've
Get
been
one
married.
white guy now.
Yeah, I'm married for 8 years. I've been with my husband for 11 years. We've been dating in a relationship, and we got married 2016.
Oh,
So yeah, I've been married for going to 9 years now.
9 years.
Actually, going to 9 years.
see the
now.
thing now. If you were married to a woman now, while watching, should be like, "What do you mean you forgot that you're going to 9 years,
Hey,
8 years?"
Jesus.
I mean,
but with the
yeah.
guy, he's like,
My
"See,
husband, he doesn't even remember
come
the date of the
on.
wedding.
see, you
So-
see the
so
thing. He
it-
doesn't remember the dates of the wedding.
never-
I do. He doesn't. So
You
it's
never can
fine.
tell. Oh.
Kids.
If you reach us now, making the verse. So
No,
So the question I have now
you have
is,
confidence. Actually. Is it only
Yeah.
peace of mind? It's not peace
no.
of
I think I'm lucky. I have a very good gene in my
Yeah.
family. I think I'm lucky, but I'm also someone that is very intentional about my life. I'm really, I've only got this life once, right?
True.
And I don't intend to look like what I'm going through. If you if you understand
Are you
me.
going through
Absolutely.
anything?
Don't let us go.
No. Go ahead.
No, but for me, it's very
Everyone on
important.
earth is going
Everybody
through
has got
something.
something that they're going
Yeah.
through.
But you
just-
get money. You get money.
Which
Anyone,
kind?
eh?
Once you have money, you solve most of your problems.
Emphasis on most. There's some others that.
No, but he does not have financial problems.
DeeOne, allow this man.
Okay.
And I don't have kids, so
You don't have kids.
I don't have
Exactly.
kids.
So now
You,
let
didn't- you guys, why
So-
don't you guys
and
try
your
to
husband?
adopt
we
one?
were actually trying to adopt kids. We're almost close to actually getting through the process and getting matched. And we had a reality check and said we have a very
Okay.
fantastic life. We travel a lot. We really travel a lot, and I don't think, or we don't think, it's fair for us to have kids that we're not going to be there for. And that's the difference between gay couple and straight couple, because we have to really, really think
That you're ready to
about, can we
handle
do
one.
this?
Yeah.
Unlike straight people that you can just go to
no,
bed,
no,
and baby comes.
no. BC, no, not all straight people are like that.
Obviously not all, but
No,
a lot more.
A lot of straight people have kids that they don't
That they're not ready
They're
for.
not ready for. But as gay
the number
couple,
of deadbeat dads out
yeah,
there.
you really have to think in your head if this is what you want. But also, honestly, I have to say this: I'm lucky. I can come up with, I eat good food, I go to the gym, I do skincare,
yeah.
I do this, I do that, and I know a lot of
You're
people
really
do
lucky.
it.
And
But
I think it's
just say
because
I'm
you're
lucky.
married. Because if you were in the streets dealing with these men daily,
Let's
you will age. If I tell you my age, you will not believe it. Because of all these people.
Sarah, calm down.
If
It's
I
not, it's not that deep. So let's go back to you actually coming out in Nigeria at that point in time. There will have been a lot of political things that you'll have been worried about, and even for the fact that you went over there. Were there things that you faced that you could actually tie it down to say, this thing is from Nigeria, is coming from? I know with my full chest.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I wanted to, because I claim asylum.
Yes.
In the UK, and I remembered when
after they attacked you.
after the attack, and I went to the UK. So for me to
claimed asylum.
normalize my stay, I have to declare that there was a threat to my life, and
Which there was.
And when I was going through, I remembered the lady that was going to do the interview. Before I even sat down, she just said, I know a lot about you. I just want you to know that I know a lot about
So
you.
she knew you before you.
Yeah, and I will advise you to just tell your story the way that it is.
Yeah.
I know a lot, and I was really worried about how. And then when she told me when I finished, she said, "I'm going to grant you, right? But I want you to be very careful, and whatever you do, I want you to be very careful." And at that moment, I just felt like I don't want to do this activism thing that much. I want to focus more on myself. I really want to really do take care of myself. And I looked then. I got to the UK when I was 32. I was working on the shop floor of a fashion outlet on Oxford Street, and kids like 22, 23 were my managers, right? At that moment, I said, this is not the life I want to live. I really want to build a life for myself that is sustainable, and I want to live soft life.
Of course.
I do really want to be
too.
rich, and I need to know that I work hard to be rich.
Yeah.
And that moment, I start living a rich life
Yeah.
until the money started coming in.
So it's a mindset thing, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
you
wait,
know you
wait,
I wasn't
wait,
faking
I beg.
it. I was living it.
Yeah.
So now you went to the embassy, right? And you just told them that this is the
No.
issue.
I had a visa
Okay, you had a
to go
visa.
to the UK.
Okay.
It was when I was in the UK that I claimed asylum. I didn't say
You
anything.
didn't claim asylum.
No,
here.
Nigeria.
you can't claim asylum in
So
Nigeria.
the question Nancy asked you, though.
There's one very important thing you are missing. So if person get visa now, go UK, say I'm
No,
gay.
it doesn't work like that, though.
His own, there was
How does
proof.
it work?
There was
Because
No, it
some
doesn't
of
work like
some
that. And
of us
I
are
know
looking
that
for
a lot
other
of
ways to leave this country.
DeeOne.
a lot of people.
Some people
Tell me you
watching
don't
this
say
thing
you know
now.
the 1% of the 1%.
No. Some people watching this thing now, they feel they look say okay. Because everybody look for a way
Say
to
you want to
run.
leave
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
It actually doesn't work like that, because you really have to prove, and proving is exhausting.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like so wrenching. And I know so many people that have tried it, they've sent them back.
Actual gay
That means
people?
they
No.
didn't prove
Okay.
they,
Just say normal
they didn't
People
prove
like
well.
DeeOne.
No, but
Fake.
waiting they to prove, not be to paint this
I
thing,
don't
come
understand.
do this thing for TV.
You have
Straight
to prove
people
that-
paint their nails as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we just talking for maybe you go your AIT. Okay, NTA don't cast AIT. You go and say you're on the AIT.
And then you think it's easy to go on TV in this country and say it, and then you
Especially
lose
now.
your job.
Yeah, especially now that
You lose your
there's
job. You lose
law
everyone that
against
you
it.
love, everyone that know you, everyone that you will lose. Every single one person will turn against you.
Was that what happened with you, including
Yes.
your parents?
Yeah, I was not.
You were cut off.
I was caught up by especially my
They
dad.
disown you now.
My dad.
That time.
My dad was worried because it was like, oh, you didn't tell us, and he said, well,
No.
you didn't. There was no room for
tell
me
you.
to have that conversation. I grew up in a very religious home, so there was no room. I don't even have the vocabulary to engage in such conversations. So there
So
was
you
no.
went through all that alone.
Yeah, it was. At 17, I attempted suicide. I went for exorcism in my church.
That's deliverance.
Yeah, because I was almost becoming a junior pastor, and I just really wanted to
What church?
I was going to Foursquare Gospel Church,
Wow.
and I just really wanted to make everything right with God. I just wanted to be. I think my elder brother was like my perfect image of a gentleman, and I just wanted to so badly wanted to
like
be like my
him.
big brother, and I was just doing everything all by myself, all alone, because there's no one to talk to. My mom doesn't understand it. My dad doesn't understand it.
So even when you were outside in Unilag, because I'm trying to imagine what that is, the campus gossip. I know what students can be like. You didn't have anyone that you could confide in with how you were feeling. Like, how were the students treating you when you
No,
passed
I
in
couldn't.
school?
I didn't. I had a best friend then, and we're still very close friends now. And I could tell him things, but I couldn't go deep. But what was working for me was I was in a relationship at that time, and I was dating someone from the UK,
A girl.
a white guy, and he was quite influential. So he was helping me, and he was older, so he was helping me to navigate what I was going through. So it was the only support system that I had at that time. So when he left, I was kind of alone. And so I understand when people are showing signs online, and I could see it. And sometimes I reach out to people and I just say, you know what, you're not alone. I've been through this. I can see the signs that you are showing. And
But you reach out to people on your own.
yeah, I do reach out to people.
What if you reach out to somebody and the person say, I know they show sign, no?
No, but
I just did.
I will-
I just dey go through depression.
no, but when I say sign, I'm not. I wouldn't reach out to someone that I'm not sure of,
Right.
Okay.
because that would be pretentious of me.
Yeah.
So I will know for sure that this person is
How do you know?
I can't
From
tell
looking
you.
at a
The
video.
content that people post out. We are the content that we post out.
So
I
if person
also
just
agree.
do one like this, they talk.
It's not about. There's
Were
so
you
many
effeminate?
straight.
There's so many straight people that do one like this. Stop cutting this conversation. When you don't hear that thing. There's so many straight people that do like
But
this.
what is wrong in doing my hands like this?
If man do like this near me, I will look at it.
Why?
I mean, okay,
You
so
just
this
did
is not a
now.
sign. No, I'm just saying. Now example. Now example.
You know the funny
What
thing?
what is
Bisi.
wrong? What is wrong? Because this thing
You
that
just
we
did
do.
again.
No, now this one an example.
DeeOne, this
Very
thing you're
funny.
doing, is
Yeah.
what drives toxic masculinity.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell you that this is what drives toxic masculinity, and this is what puts queer people's life at risk.
Yeah.
And even more so put women's life at risk.
Yeah.
That we are so bent on looking for signs that once we see something that's telling us something that is not there, we attack.
No, not looking for sign. For instance,
But
now,
what if mistakenly a straight man does his hand like this? Then the next
no,
morning,
mistakenly,
hey, this man
I go
don't do hand like
no,
this,
no,
so
no,
he's
no.
gay.
If he do am once, no problem. If he do am again,
Who calculates how many times someone has
If
to
you
do
don't
to
reach
become
4
a gay?
times.
So that's your theory.
If you don't reach 4 times, I'll tell her, say, reach out to
Bisi. Please let's come back to the question that I asked, right?
Yes,
And you
exactly.
also hinted it back then, because part of the reasons why, I think one of the reasons you mentioned that you went into having the activists was back in Nigeria, they were receiving money to help gay men who had HIV and all, and the money was not coming. So my question was, while you were over there, were you receiving like hits from the Nigerian government? And also, how did you know that the Nigerian government was receiving funds to help people like your community and they were not doing the necessary things?
Okay, let me start the second one first. I knew because I was very involved in the community.
Yeah.
And this is a very personal, emotional thing for me. You know, at 22, 23, my friends were dying of AIDS in this country. Like people were dropping down like dry leaves in the autumn.
Yeah, there was
Right.
a time it was that bad.
It was very bad.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of money that was coming into this country.
For
And the billboards you will see is about use condom, abstain, or
True.
be careful. And it's always about a man and a woman, a man and a woman.
True.
Nobody had the gut to say, we have a problem with a group of people, though we don't understand them, but we know that this thing is happening. But there's a lot of money that people were collecting at that time, and people were embezzling. So embezzlement in Nigeria is not something that happened just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it was about my friends. Many of them were medical students. Many of them were actors. Many of them were musicians. Many of them were somebody's son, somebody's brothers, that we robbed them of their lives. And so it's personal for me that there were people in this country that were eating from the death of people because we think they're unworthy because they have sex with other men. And so they deserve to die. And there is a justification that we deserve to spend the money that was meant for them. And I knew that because I was working in that sector at that point, and I was very involved in it, and I saw what was going on. And so when I talked about it, I'm not into politics. I'm not interested, right? I talked about it because the lives of my friends meant something to me. But it's not just that, their mother. You know, we go to burial and you see young mother crying in lost and miserable and hopeless because their son couldn't have access to antiretroviral drug that this country has been paid
To provide.
to provide for them. And somebody is building a mansion on the back of that. So for me, it's personal. It wasn't political, it was personal, right? But when I left, for a few times, I felt like I was being followed. I remembered once I had to come back home, and the guy I was dating then, I said to him, I kept seeing this guy everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, there was this guy that was always
Over there in UK.
In UK, and he's always there. He's always there for some strange reason. And I just said, so I had to go to the police, and I said, I think somebody is following me. And
Was someone following you?
someone was following me. I don't know who
Not
that person
Nigerian guy.
was. A black guy. I don't know. I never had a conversation with him. But I get on a train. I'm going to work. He's there. I'm going to school. I see him on campus. He's there. It was constant. And I spoke to my boyfriend then, and we went to the police. I reported this case. And because before I left, my father was a former police officer. When my house was broken into on the 9th of April, 2007, and those guys ran out of my house, I was covered in blood. They stripped me naked, so I was just in my boxers and my underwear. And I ran to the police station to report what had happened to me. This was around 12:30, 1 a.m. a.m. in the morning. The police said they wouldn't treat me because I was in blood. I need to get
To a hospital.
a medical report. So I went to the hospital. The doctor said he couldn't release me that night because he said, if we're not very careful, we're going to lose you, right? So the next day, I went back to the police station. I was detained because, according to the police, I was using my house to turn people gay, right? So they had to release me.
I'm sorry, we can't just gloss over that.
Police.
Yeah,
They saw you when you came covered in blood.
exactly.
They told you to go to the hospital.
And get a report.
And then you come back.
when you came back the next day, because of how severe your situation was, the police then decided to detain you.
Yeah.
So the parts where people beat you up till you almost
It
died didn't matter
it
to
never
them.
mattered to them till today.
But your dad, you said your dad is a police officer.
Yeah, so what then happened with my father, they now said that they need to call my parents. For whatever reason, I don't know. So my parent came, and the police officer then happened to know my father. So they went somewhere. I don't know what conversation that they had. And then they came back. And I remember that day, I was coming back. They released me to my dad. And we were at Oja bus stop in Jakonde Estate. At the bus stop was myself, my dad, my mom. And my dad looked at my mom and said, he needs to get out. That was the conversation my dad had with my mom. And he looked at her and he said, he needs to get out.
Out of the country.
Out of the country. And then my mother turned to me and said, how are you going to do that? And I said, I have 6-month visa on my passport. And the next question my mother asked was, how much do you have in your bank account? And I said, how much? So they called my younger sister's boyfriend who works in this travel agency and said, can you get us a ticket? And this was on the 10th. We're able to get money. My mother loaned me some money. And, I'm very appreciative because if she had not loaned me the money, maybe I would still be here. But she didn't loan me that money because she wanted that. She did that because, one, there was shame. And it was later on my father told me that he said, if they don't get rid of me, they were going to get rid of me.
Like if you didn't
Wait,
leave
who
the
said
country,
it?
people would have killed you.
That was the conversation they had with my dad.
But at this
At the
time,
police station.
If his parents didn't get rid of him,
yes,
They will
get rid
of
They will get rid of me.
But I'm
My-
trying to put it into time frame now because you said that after the interview came out, your parents disowned you for about
Yeah.
7 years. So when this was happening, they had already disowned you.
Yeah, we were not in talking time.
Oh,
The
but they
only
still-
time we
but they still
connected was
cared.
because the police said
Reached
they
out to
needed
him.
they needed to talk to them. And
They still cared.
by
that's
the
the
11th,
love of parents.
Parents.
yeah,
They
yeah.
still
I mean,
cared.
I said that to my mom
Yeah.
this weekend for when I went to celebrate her birthday. That that moment was pivotal in my
They
life,
still
right?
cared.
And that was on the 10th, and the 11th I was out of this country.
Damn, the next day.
The next day I was flying, and because it got quite interesting, so I had to fly through Libya. And when I got to Libya, there was this long queue of Nigerians, and it was a mini manimal kind of thing. Oh, go this way. Oh, go this way.
that way.
Oh, go this way. So a lot of Nigerians were sent back
Ah.
to Nigeria, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna send me back. They're gonna send me back. And I was lucky. I
They allowed
was
you to
told to go and landed Heathrow, and that was the first time I could actually breathe.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, gosh, I'm here.
At least you are safe.
Yeah, I felt really
So
safe.
while going through all this, because this is a lot for me to even process, while going through all this, at what points did you then find out that you had the disease, that you had HIV?
I knew before I left.
So while going through this, you had HIV.
I had HIV. I was diagnosed in May. Because
May
also
of what year now? 2006.
2004. We need to put, there's a lot of things I didn't say about my coming out. And we need to put my coming out into perspective for 3 reasons.
Right.
One, I was diagnosed in May of 2004. To me, that diagnosis meant death. I knew I was going to die. And I was ready to die.
Okay.
Right? So when they were coming after me, and that's what most times when people say, oh, you're very brave to come out. I said, well, there's a backstory you don't know. It was my goodbye note to the world. I knew I was going to die because I did not see any of my friends that survived it. But I wanted to go on my own time, and I wanted to settle things, and I wanted to do that. So I was kind of like preparing myself, and then I didn't die.
Okay.
So
now that thing give you that mind.
So it was like a
to go
rebirth.
NTA.
it was like a rebirth.
Yeah.
And
I
that was
understand
why
now.
Ooh.
and that was why my name changed.
From
From what? What was your name?
So that was
before?
when I became Bisi.
What was your name before?
My name was Ademola.
okay.
That's true. Bisi is a woman's name.
It's
So you
no,
became
it's,
Bonnie.
it's a non-gendered name.
Okay.
So I gave myself that
What does
name
Bisi
because
mean? 'Cause I'm
I did
Igbo.
Bisi like I'm an increase, I'm an addition, I'm new,
A
something like
rebirth.
that.
proper.
And that means a lot to me because that moment that I didn't die and that moment I got to the UK, I said to myself, I'm not so biblical anymore, but I said, this Egyptian you see today,
You
Yes,
shall
see them
see
now.
no more.
So we're going to
we should clap for
we're
it.
going to come
Junior
to
pastor.
the religion part. We're definitely going to come to the religion part of it. But I'm going to say something that is in the mind of most people who see you and automatically
Most people
hate
watching
you.
us now.
Hate you, like hate what you stand for, the fact that you're gay. And it's a link back to you saying that the government were collecting money for HIV people to treat them, and they were not. There was this saying, and I grew up with it also, that it was your community that brought HIV into Nigeria. Do you get? There was that saying. I grew up with it.
how did they know that?
I've never heard that.
So that's
before.
the thing that, like,
How
nobody knows.
how will anybody know that? Because HIV predominantly affected women. Women were dying from HIV in this
Yeah.
country, predominantly, right?
Yeah.
And women would not have given each other virus. Because you also have to understand the science of how the virus get transmitted. It's not easy to catch because we're 8 billion people in the world. Only 23 million people are living with HIV.
That's a
how
small
sure?
number.
Like in the whole world?
I know
At least
because
the
I
ones
work
that
in that
are tested,
industry.
though.
I work in that
Yeah.
Like in the
sector.
whole world?
In the whole world.
23 million people.
At max, 34 million people are living
Wow.
with HIV. So if the virus is and a lot of the adults in this world are having sex. So if the virus is that easy to catch, possibly every sexually active adult will have HIV, right? So it's not a very easy virus to catch, right? And again, you also have to understand that the means of transmission is predominantly through sex,
Yeah.
right? And the way you have sex with a woman is different from the way that you have sex with a man. And when I talk about a man now, I'm talking about the way a man has sex with a woman is different from the way,
A
though
man
to
has
an
sex with a man.
extent, now straight men are becoming adventurous and they are
Exploring
exploring the
that
same
end,
way
yeah.
of having sex with men that they will have with women, and they're realizing that, oh my God, this is nice. Okay. But the point is that
Please, you didn't hear that here.
so the point is that there was a community that was neglected, that was made invisible, and that was not cared for. And so you couldn't capture what was going on in that community. And when people become invisible, you can't see them. You can't be able to address whatever it is that they're going through. They were completely not seen. So the virus was spreading in that community while we're facing this group of people, right? Then the second part is that community is also so stigmatized that they have to get married.
Yeah.
So they end up marrying women.
Yeah.
And most times they're already infected. They're not being taken care of. There's no medication, there's no treatment. And then they marry these women and they pass the virus to these women.
And sometimes those men don't even know they have
And
it
then
already.
a lot of time, those men
Yeah,
don't,
they don't
even
know.
know that they had the virus. So why blame them? Why do you not blame the system that has created a culture of invisibility for a certain group of people? Sometimes in this country, we like to blame the wrong person. You know, a
Shift
woman
blame.
will endure domestic abuse. We ask, why did you stay?
Mm.
Right? Instead of saying, this man is horrible.
Yes.
You know, a woman will be sexually molested. We say,
Yeah.
why did you
Why
wear?
did you go there? Why
We
did you wear
have a
short
culture
skirts?
of attacking,
Victim
abusing,
blaming.
and victimizing the victim.
Yeah, victim
Bisi,
blaming all the
I don't
time.
I don't think you realize some of the great things you have done. Like, you know, this HIV thing, right? Before, everybody get that feeling, say, once you don't catch them, you don't die. Do you get what I'm saying? But for you to actually really come out and say, you know, this is it. So a lot of people can point to you and say, this guy has HIV and is living very fine. You even look better than people with.
I mean, you've lived with it for over 20 years now.
So
Yes.
yeah. So what do you
21
have
years.
to say to? Do you have the statistics of the millions of people that are living with HIV in Nigeria?
So in Nigeria, I think it's about 6 million people that are living with the virus.
That's a lot. So out of 200
That's a-
million.
that's a lot,
But
too.
it's
Out of
not,
200 million, that's a lot.
That's even not the problem. The
If we share that
problem-
thing with 36 states.
Nigeria is the
Really?
second or third highest country in the world with a high rate of HIV.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
That's
it's
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah,
6 million
and we
is a
have
lot.
the
Which
Second
another country
incident-
pass us for this?
Yeah.
thing?
South
South
Africa.
Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot that.
South
Africa.
Africa.
And we
South
have,
Africa.
we
They
have the
sell 'em.
second highest
Oh my
incidence rates of infection. So we have the highest rate of infection.
Okay.
Right.
What kind of
So
infection
what that means is that though we're not the second or first in the number of total people living with HIV, but we are second in the rate at which people get infected.
Of course.
Right.
Gonorrhea plenty for Nigeria.
And the
How you
problem
know?
and the problem is shame.
yeah.
Right. I wish that we can talk sex and we can talk about sex. And we can demystify sex. Sex is such a very beautiful thing, right? And when I talk about it, I know people are covering their eyes now, people are having it. And the reason a lot of Nigerians are not having pleasurable sex is because we have been conditioned to think that sex is bad. Sex is not
I
bad.
told you that people are not having pleasurable sex.
People they knock for this country.
And then they
oh.
enjoy
now
We
it.
dey use
Wow.
2004 I look.
Then they enjoy it.
But okay, so I love the fact that we're having this conversation
No,
about
no, no. I was going to
about
say that.
sex,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was
Go
going to say
on.
that. What do you have to say? Because some people will be watching this right now, and even normal people that go to have their blood tests. One thing, they say, "Hey, God, I beg you." You know, what do you have to say to people that have that fear, or people that already have it,
And they don't
and
know.
then they are just, you know,
Thinking
looking
their
at
world
that
is
in the next
over.
5 years. I don't. You get what do you
Yeah.
have to say? Because you are a living.
Testament.
Is it testament or testimony?
Both of them.
Talk about
Both of
testimony.
them.
Have you tried to go to any church before? Me,
No, but
It doesn't
before,
work.
Before,
It doesn't work.
no,
Before
have
you go
gone?
answer,
Yes, I have gone.
Which
and
one?
it doesn't work. I'm not going to mention
Okay,
any
okay.
church.
so just before
Did
you
you open your
answer
heart?
that, wait, before
just-
you answer,
Did you carry like?
He was
before
going
you
to be a
answer,
junior pastor.
before
I
you
love
yeah,
that.
answered that, right? Did you find out how you got it?
No, I didn't.
You
And I
never
didn't
found
want
out.
to know.
Why?
Why would I want to
There's
know?
no need
So
now,
do
there's
I
no
go
need.
to the person that might have infected me and kick them and slap them? Somebody infected them as well,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And where do we stop? In the-
It boils back to what you were saying. The blaming.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
when-
don't happen. You can't blame the wrong person.
So for me, it was very important because when I got diagnosed in Abuja in 2004, I didn't take medication until 2009.
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
For 5 years,
Your child was already a
So
death
even
when
sentence,
you
right?
moved to
What's
the
the need for
UK?
taking the drugs?
Exactly. And then I had the guilt of survival. I lost a lot of my friends. So it was a question, do I deserve
To be alive.
So for
be
5 years,
alive?
were you feeling anyhow?
Not really.
Okay.
Because again, that's the thing. So to answer your question, there, and I'm going to try and speak to people, you
Yeah.
know, I always say this, right? If you're sexually active, and especially if you're sexually active, you don't know the STI status of the person you're having sex with. Try to test at least every 3 months, right? And it's not just about HIV. It could be syphilis, which is deadlier than HIV.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it could be,
syphilis is deadlier.
it's deadlier. It could be chlamydia. Syphilis make people go mad, right? It could be
So some people don't
chlamydia.
Chris now. If it be syphilis,
It could be syphilis that caustic. Syphilis can make you lose your eyes, can make you lose your hearing, can make you.
Really?
Yeah, there are so.
Are there symptoms?
Yeah, there are symptoms.
Go online and check for the
There are
symptoms.
symptoms, but the crazy thing about syphilis is that you don't actually see the symptoms unlike HIV. You actually see the symptoms of HIV within a week of being infected.
Wow.
The first thing you will notice is that you have fever. You have feelings like fever, so just suddenly, and then it will go away, and you will not be able to explain it. And then you have either a lymph nodes on your neck or around your groin, very painful, like boil, but it's not boil. Then it will go away. What is happening at
I'm
that?
sure everybody has had that thing.
What is happening
That
at that
fever and
moment
come and go.
is like you've been infected. Then the virus has entered one of your T cell, which is the cell that protects your white blood cell. So it goes into your white blood cell, is reproducing because for it to be able to reproduce, it has to mutate and pretend like it's your white blood cell to be able to kill your white blood cell. So it's like an enemy fire.
It
when you're at war.
disguise.
It disguise. So it goes in. So while it's multiplying, that's when you feel your neck or your groin, and you feel the pain, and then it bursts open. So when it bursts open, you don't see the groin. You don't see the boil anymore. The boil is gone. And you say, oh yeah, I'm okay. But what is happening is bursts, and your body is now consumed by HIV, the virus, and it's now killing off all your white blood cells.
At that point where the thing is gathering, can they pluck it off?
No, you can't pluck it off. You can't pluck it off. There's nothing you can do. So one of the things I always advise people to do is if you know your status that you're HIV negative, there are things you can do. You can be on PrEP, which is a pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is like a drug. It's one drug. You take it regularly. And there are ways you can take it. You can do photo, which is 5 days on, 2 days off. If you take it when you know that you might be going for kiki, you take the drugs. It increases your immunity.
What's in be kiki? Okay. No verse.
You know, be small boy.
Sorry, I beg. Now that kiki, because say knack.
This guy is such a comedian.
So
I
like
swear.
you build enough immunity that even when you're exposed to the virus, the drug kills off the virus immediately.
Okay.
Another thing I always say to people is test. And not just for HIV, like I said before, test for everything. Now, if you are positive already, I think honesty matters, that you have an open and honest conversation with somebody that you want to have sexual relationship with on a long time, right? I'm not talking about one night stand.
Yeah.
I wouldn't disclose my status to somebody I want to have a one night stand with. What I would do is use a condom, protect myself and protect the person, because I know what I can give you, but I don't know what you can give me. So I have to, the protection for me is important. But if it's somebody that I'm going to have a long-time relationship with, I think the person needs to know. And they need to then use that to make an informed decision if they want to stay with me. Now, the good thing about HIV is that there's something we call U for U, which is undetectable is untransmittable. And I will quickly answer that. So for someone like me who has been on medication, I'm undetectable. Though I still have the virus, but you can't detect the virus in me.
Oh, if you do a test now.
If I do a
to show
test,
negative.
I'm still positive.
Okay.
Right? But I do not have the required amount of the virus to infect
transfer.
someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can have raw sex now.
I can have raw sex and that person will not get HIV.
So it's not even a death sentence like
It's
it
not
used
a
to
death-
be.
it's not a-
That's why
But
I said.
But is
Yes.
it because you're in the UK? Like
No,
are there people
even
in
yeah, it's the
Nigeria,
same thing here in this country. So what
Wait,
you need,
what question was that?
Like, are there people in Nigeria who
Oh,
can
yeah.
have a
I
normal
don't
sex
feel- I
life
think
like
because
this?
Is it because he's having sex in the UK and something?
Come on now,
I'm
a
so
normal
sorry.
sex life.
But,
I'm
but
not
you know,
saying-
people say HIV is not a death sentence, but HIV and AIDS.
AIDS is a accumulation of opportunistic infection that becomes from HIV. So when you don't treat HIV, so you have tuberculosis, you have lesion, you have all of these things that come
Okay.
together. And the
Acquired.
reason why it happens is because your immune system has fallen. It can't fight cold
Anything.
anymore. So ordinary cold will give you pneumonia. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So normal cold that your body will fight, but because your T cells are dead, they can't fight those things anymore. And they are overworked because they are fighting the HIV every time. So they cannot concentrate on any other
Anything
thing.
to
So
fight.
if you hit your leg against a stone, that will heal just like that. It might take
Yeah.
years for it to heal.
Yeah.
So the only thing is take your medication and adhere. So adherence is very important. Take it when you're supposed to take it and how you're supposed to take it.
What is that?
So if you have to take your drugs at 7 o'clock p.m. with food, take it at 7 o'clock p.m. with
You
food.
can't afford to
every night.
fuck around.
You cannot say I want to take it 12 midnight. I'm going to take it tomorrow.
Or you take it without food.
Or you take it without food, because the problem is you develop resistance.
Yeah.
The virus is very smart. And the
Yeah,
moment you develop
viruses are very
resistance,
smart.
no matter how much drug you take, it will not work against the virus anymore.
Yeah.
And that means that the drug you're taking, they have to take it away from you and give you another drug, which can be more expensive than the one that you're taking. So these are some of the things that you need to know. It's not very complex. You know, I've been living with it for 21 years and I'm speaking for experience. But there is something that people always say to me when I talk about my virus, and that is that I can get healed. There's a reason, if there is a God, that he gave people the spirit of science. And the reason he gave people the skill and the spirit of science is so that they can cure fellow human beings.
I agree with that.
Take your drugs and pray.
I agree
You
with
can do
that.
both.
Yeah.
The idea that a pastor will tell you, pray, drink Goya oil and Eva water and HIV will go away, it
That's
does
cap.
not work.
No, but
It doesn't
it
work.
doesn't work because you don't believe.
No,
It
it's
get
not
you, I'll
because-
say pray for you. Bisi.
Oh, yeah, may we start?
No be now. You dey challenge my
No,
anointing.
DeeOne, do you realize that you can pray for BC and you will not get healed? Why? Because it's not about your prayer, really. It's about his faith.
Exactly.
It's about his
And who
faith.
said I didn't
And
have a
his
faith like a
is-
mustard seed?
He's no, you know,
Exactly.
rich.
It's just,
The way
it's
you
just
dey
not,
talk.
it's just not. I wake up every morning
Yeah.
believing I can become what I want to become.
Yeah.
And I'm becoming that thing because I believe
Nancy
I have
na
that
assistant
faith.
pastor.
I don't need the idea of somebody to tell me
Yeah.
what I can be. Because you can, like you said, Nancy, you can continue to tell me from today to tomorrow. I can shout amen, I can shout hallelujah.
As long as you don't
But do I
believe it.
believe
As long as-
that I can be that thing?
That's what she's talking about.
No, but it doesn't have to be tied.
So just the HIV. It's
To
just
God.
yes, in
I'm just,
Okay,
it doesn't-
faith
yeah, it doesn't
generally.
have to be, because there are people that don't believe in a God. And they have a faith in who they are and what they can become. And they become that thing.
Yeah,
No,
because
I
God
totally-
is in you.
No,
that's
it's
the
not
reason
that.
why that works.
That's the will power and free will that, if you tell me, God has given every man. Every
Facts.
man. He has given every man. So I believe in when you say people can believe and become what they want to believe, and they necessarily do not believe in God. Straight up. I totally understand.
Yes, I agree with that
I
too.
totally agree with that on that. But then again, I want to come back with you coming from a religious background doesn't mean that you will love God, because
True.
religion is a bastard. I'll say that
No,
religion
don't-
is
don't-
a bastard.
okay.
No, there's a reason why I say
Okay.
religion is a
What has
bastard.
religion done to you?
I think
Religion
I think
is
we should call it
different from-
extremism though.
Religion is different from.
Let's call it extremism.
But was
Let's
Yes.
not
Jesus
term
was
it-
Jesus ever religious?
He was not a religious person.
But he wasn't disrespectful to the religion either.
He was disrespectful to the religion.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Because he didn't.
called the Pharisees and the Sadducees liars.
Because they were liars.
but
So-
they were the custodians of religion.
So that's the point I'm making. Like, even in the custodian of religion that they claim that they were, there was a lot of hypocrisy. in
Like
it.
now.
Exactly. So if Jesus called Pharisees liars, that same way we can boldly call a pastor who is messing
Do
up
you
the Bible
think-
a liar.
Do you
Exactly.
think
But we're
that
not
if
just
Jesus
going
comes
to disrespect
today?
the religion
Do you think that if
entirely.
Jesus comes today, Christians will accept him?
Of course not. We know these things.
They won't.
We know this.
So why did they call themselves Christians?
we know this? Because
So
it's
that's the
human beings
religion
for you.
part of it. That's what
That's
I'm
the thing
saying.
I'm
That's the
saying.
religion
That's-
part
that's what
of
I'm
it.
agreeing with
because
you.
honestly, when I say religion, is how you make it so hard. Like somebody came to die for you, right? And you find it so hard not to believe what the person did. You now start trying to create other ways, like trying to make yourself perfect. I always say this, right? My church will always say this: man has no work in what God has done. A man who was offended was the one that decided to come and say, guy, I want to make peace with you. Now you offend me. Now, people don't see it that way. They remove the part of he came to make peace with you to say, God, is me that came to make peace with you, which is not making me feel, why don't you believe in God anymore?
Who?
He.
You're not born again.
For where?
He doesn't believe in God.
You don't
come on
believe
No,
now.
I don't
in
believe
the
in God.
existence
Can
of
lead
God?
And there are different reasons why I don't believe in God. I think my first realization of that was reading, critical Black writers like James Baldwin, like Maya Angelou, and questioning the existence of God in the face of slavery, in this phase of global disasters, and pinning it down to the role that God played in the almost destruction of Egypt and all of that. And if there is a God, right, if there is a God, I don't think that is benevolent. I don't think that is kind. I don't think that is loving. I don't think that is gentle. Is a very and I think
These
for
are
me
everything you mentioned is God.
it's not, because I
Love,
think for me
mercy.
I would love
You're-
God. I would love God if it is accepted that he's a very angry, misogynistic.
But he's not.
He
But
is.
he's not.
He
He's
is.
not.
No,
He's what
okay. Let's
religion
start
has
from
painted him
Let's
to
start from.
be.
Let's start from misogyny. God only told Adam, "Do not eat of the tree of the good and evil." God never told Eve. God never had a conversation with Eve.
But
Wait, but
Yeah.
who did God punish the most? The person God never had a conversation with.
no, na man,
No.
No,
na man, I dey suffer.
no. Which man is suffering?
No.
Okay,
God
okay.
punished Eve.
Okay, so let's.
He didn't-
No.
he didn't punish
No.
He
Bisi,
punished
no.
the both of them. He said
God
Eve was going to
punished-
struggle to give birth.
Exactly.
And then for
He
Adam,
said
he said he was
God-
going
Okay,
to
so
seal
God-
the ground
God
before he
said-
made. So he
so
punished
God
both
said-
of them.
So the same God you just said punished, right?
punished
now,
the both of them.
no, the same God you said punished
He
two
didn't punish
woman.
both
No,
of
no, no.
them.
He
The
punished
same
Adam.
God that I said punished two man.
How many months would the men have menstrual period?
No,
relax.
menstrual
No,
period is
that
not
one
God.
is
Let me
just-
ask. The pain of the
This is-
pregnancy.
you know,
I want to tell you
It is.
something. The same person you said punished the woman very well. It was through a woman that Christ came into this world.
Exactly.
Okay,
That
but
is-
wait,
but
man.
that is debatable because
What if-
all these things are fairy tales, right?
It's not fairy tale.
They are
It's
fairy tales. They're
facts.
not real.
They are facts.
You see, this is a problem that I have when we take
As-
something written as it is fact, right? And especially, I find it very interesting when Black people do, because we have the creation of the Igbo people. The Yorubas have the Yoruba cosmology, right? How many times have we considered the way Olodumare and Orunmila created the world as a fact? We didn't. And the other problem is Israel is terrorizing and committing atrocity in Palestine because it's written in the Bible. No, that is the argument that we're using. And the Bible was written by a group of men. There was one man wrote most of the Bible and he was never there.
How do you think that happened? How do you think he got the information
From
accurate?
where? There was no
don't-
information that was accurate. Because
So
You know
The
that
Bible
the
might
person
not
I'm referring
be.
to is Moses. Moses
no,
wrote Genesis.
Moses,
yes.
go and read the Bible from Mark, Luke, and John. Mark,
Those are the apostles.
Matthew, Mark,
You don't-
Luke, and John.
we don't come up for-
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Read those places. They were written by Saul.
No,
Wait,
no,
wait,
so that's
no,
no.
Nah,
They were
It's
written.
It's Acts
No. Go back
Corinthians.
and
You
read
go
it.
there.
Go
No,
back
no,
and
no.
read it.
You see, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and
were
John.
not
They were
there.
apostles.
No, they were never.
They were.
wait.
You know the disciples you're talking
Can we
about.
check? Can we check?
Yes.
Check.
That's-
Who
Matthew
wrote?
is in Mark. Is the account of Matthew.
No, he never wrote the Bible.
No, it
Okay,
was not
now-
Matthew
his
never
Bible.
wrote the Bible.
I'm talking about his account.
No, Matthew never wrote the
Bisi,
Bible.
wait,
Mark
Bisi.
never wrote the Bible.
Bisi,
John never
wait,
wrote
Bisi, the
the
thing
Bible. The gospel was written by Saul.
No,
Check the
BC, no,
Bible.
BC, chill. This is what
And it was not there.
BC, this is what it is. Wait, sorry to cut you, DeeOne. This is what it is. None of these people wrote those books with a mindset that they were writing a part of the Bible. Don't forget that the scripture already existed. Like that's what they were quoting, like the prophets.
But
them,
it was not a
Wait,
scripture
chill,
until we call it
chill,
scripture.
No, chill. In the days of Jesus, right? We know that Jesus went to the temple and read the scroll of Isaiah. You would see people like
All
Paul,
the prophets,
Yeah, you see
yeah.
people like Paul and Peter in the New Testament
Referencing.
reference things from the past. So I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to
No,
put
I'm
it
not.
into
I'm not.
perspective. Yeah.
We're having a conversation.
Yes. So what that is with the Judaism which is what Jesus was practicing, like the Israeli religion in quotes, right? The scripture already existed from all those books from the Old Testament. So now with the New Testament, with these ones that you called, when these guys were writing these things, they weren't writing it knowing that it was going to make the Bible. Matthew wrote his own account of the life of
It
Jesus.
isn't. Honestly, read about.
He
Go
did.
research on
The
it.
book of John First John, whatever, written by John.
John was the
so the
only
point
one.
is, even the ones that Paul wrote, he didn't write them thinking it was the Bible. Those were letters he wrote
was writing to churches.
Let me ask this
I
question.
think that honestly, I think that you believe in God, but
I
you're
don't
just mad
believe in
at
God.
him.
No, I'm not mad. Why would I be mad at something that does not exist?
I think you think it
Why would I be?
exists.
No,
I
it
think
doesn't.
that you think it
But let me say
exists. I
this.
think that you think he
If
exists.
the Yoruba cosmology,
Because you were saying that
Wait, if the Yoruba
you would accept
cosmology
him
had
if he
been-
was painted as a misogynistic person. So that means his existence is not what you're denying. What you're denying is his character.
no, because it doesn't exist. So we have to create.
So who-
we have to. Oh, you want to ask me who created
No,
the
no,
world?
no, no,
Because
no.
that's the question. But let me
No,
say this.
I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
say
get
this.
into the conversation anymore.
One of
Do
the
you think God
biggest.
has been faithful to you?
I have to believe that I believe my husband has been faithful to me.
No,
I have to believe in the
From the time you-
existence.
Let's even say from that 2004. You said a lot of your friends, passed. Do you
I
think there's a
didn't
purpose
die. I
around-
didn't die because I'm more deserving.
No,
I'm
no,
alive.
no,
That's not what
I'm
I
alive
said.
because I have a reason to be alive.
Okay, do you think there's...
And whatever time that says that their life needs to end, their life needs to end for whatever reason. I am alive because I'm supposed to be alive.
You
right?
just feel you-
I don't
okay,
think
so
I'm
you-
better
you
than the
think-
people
you
that
think
are
you're-
dead.
Why do you think you are supposed to be alive?
That's not for me to find out. What I'm supposed to find out is to say, I am alive, and what do I make of my life at this moment in time?
That's what we're saying.
Right?
We're
So
coming
I
back
don't
to the
care
same-
why.
See, at the end of the day,
but I want to
Bisi,
say something.
Let me
D1,
okay.
Let
D1, I
me
want to
say.
say something. The problem I have with black people is this. We are accepting the scripture written by people that have no understanding of us. Would you consider Ifa as a scripture for you?
People do.
People do, but what happened to people that do? We cast them out
No.
and we bound
No,
them.
do we?
No,
It's
it's a
accepted,
reality. But
Do
the point
we,
is,
though?
how many white people?
Do we, though?
How many white people will sit down in their house and open the book of Ifa and say, "I'm taking this word for word that this is the word of God."
Yeah, a
Why
couple of people
do
do.
we black
in Brazil?
people, but they're not white. I'm talking about
Michael
Caucasian.
B. Jordan is
I'm
an
talking- they're not
Ifa-
white.
Yeah, he's a black guy. I'm saying.
I'm talking about Caucasian. Because there's a reason. There's a reason God is white. There's a reason Jesus is white.
There's a
And we
reason
can-
they
No, I
are painted
understand.
to be white. Doesn't mean that they are.
They are, because if you
But Jesus is
understand,
Nazarene.
if you understand,
They're painted
but they're not
that
white.
they are.
Yeah, they're not
They're
white.
Palestinian.
Yes.
Jesus is a Palestinian, and today
Middle East.
Israel will be bombing the house of Jesus if he was still alive. But the point
Because
is
this
this,
Israel that exists is
Not the Israel
Okay.
that is in the Bible.
But
actually.
the point is,
How
this.
do you know?
It's not.
How do you
It
know?
was
So
fun.
Go and
because
check
you
it.
talk and now,
No,
don't
go
believe.
and look.
No,
Go and
go and
check.
check.
Go
Go
and
and
check
check
their
their
history.
history. Go and check their history.
It's not the same.
How do you
Because
know?
the 12 tribes of Israel were
Okay.
what? Were the children of who?
Okay. Let's
let's just
leave this
matter.
Bible thing there.
Let's just go.
This religious thing is very deep.
You were about to
I
make
have
a final. No,
question.
before you ask a
You wanted to-
question, he was about to finalize his thoughts.
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, for you to understand the concept of Christianity, in particular Christianity, you have to really study the concept of white supremacy.
That is not deniable.
And why it is important for white people to have written and translated the Bible in a way that is very manipulative. You also have to understand the concept of misogyny to understand why a woman should not speak in the presence of a man.
Okay, let's
So
leave that
when-
one.
So
It be like
you
say you
cannot-
don't come this world. I think your
You
purpose in this world is
cannot,
to fight many battles.
sit here with me
Right.
and say you're a Christian and you're a Bible believing Christian and you're speaking when we're speaking.
No,
No, it's
You're
not the
supposed to
same
keep
thing.
quiet.
No, it's not.
But
So
that's what
why
the
we-
Bible
so should we
says.
tell you? So should we tell you why it's not the
That's
same
why
thing?
we
So
do.
let me tell you why. Should I tell you why this is not real? Right? I believe that a lot of religious people, in quotes, have misconstrued who
But it's in
God
the
is. No,
Bible,
hold on.
written by the Spirit of
No,
God.
hold on. They've misconstrued
No,
who
That's
God
why
is.
there
Wait,
is-
chill. Let me
no,
finish.
no,
They've
no.
misconstrued who God is in the sense that, as Christians, who do we look to? Who do we look up to? We look up to Christ, right? Who clearly came to this world as man. How did Christ treat women?
Why didn't Christ come as
How
a woman?
did Christ
Why
treat
did
women?
Why did God have to choose Christ to come as a man?
Because
He has a
understands
choice.
what is happening on the earth. He knows
Because he knows
misogyny
nobody will
exists.
listen to women.
But the point is that until
Because
Jesus,
God has said it in the
for whose
Bible that
fault?
nobody must listen to women.
No, he didn't say that.
Until Jesus,
A woman
come
shall
on.
not speak in the presence of a man.
Where was that? Which part of the Bible?
Check it.
Because I'm sure that's a commandment.
Check it.
But that's a commandment.
Okay, wait.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a commandment.
Let's
Check
even first of all, right?
I just want to
No,
say
leave this
that.
step.
I just want to say that. I still insist that you believe that God exists.
I don't believe that he exists.
But But
and if I believe that God
I
exists,
understand.
People
I
like
believe
you-
based
now people like you, God, they
conditioning.
arrest.
I
believe.
understand.
No, I actually want to become a pastor
God
because
will
then
arrest
there's a
you.
lot of money in it.
But you have a lot of
But
money
there's a
already
lot
now.
of suffering in it
Who
too.
you see when money don't go to go work.
I just
Busy-
think that
busy.
you should. I think you should still.
That's interesting thing
He's
about
perfect.
religious people.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about religious people, which I find quite fascinating, is that they want you to do things that is pleasing to them. A
How do
religious
they know?
person will not say, "Oh, you don't believe in God." Okay, that's fine. I believe in God. End of conversation. A religious person wants you to believe in God. And so when I say I am gay, you say I am forcing it down your throat. But every day I open the TV, you are preaching. Every bus I enter, you are preaching. Down my street, there is a Jehovah's Witness stand there preaching. Saturday, you're knocking on my door preaching. How many times have I knocked on any of your door asking you to be gay? But I'm the one forcing things down your throat.
In our defense, though, we have a
Maybe-
mandate. In
Talking
our
about
defense, we have a
praise-
mandate.
praise
I have a mandate as
In
well.
our defense, we have a mandate to
I have a
spread it,
mandate
so-
as well. I have a mandate.
what's your
Forgive us for
mandate?
that, please.
Make men to become officials of men.
To fisher of men for who?
For myself.
Wait.
God, please, let's go. Let's go. Yeah,
My
let's
goodness, this is so
move.
hilarious. But we
Yes,
need to
No,
move on.
No, I want to refer to a tweet, right, that you tweeted. I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
Me too. I don't use.
No,
The
was it
Instagram
one-
story, the one that you said,
the one that was on your story.
Where
You want to
said-
read it? You want
And I
to
want
read
to
it
quote you.
verbatim?
Yeah. Where you said, if you, this is you on your story. Okay, this was on your story on your Instagram. If you
come for the community.
if you come for the LGBT people, they will bring you down and end your career. It is not a threat, it is a fact. That was one. Then you said you might think it won't happen to you in Nigeria or Africa, but watch your back because the tide is changing. Why did you make this post?
You know a lot
on
of
your
people
story?
say that thing as a
Why do you talk
threat.
about this on your
It's
story?
it's not a threat. It's a fact. I don't threaten people.
No, but what thing make you talk this thing?
I've never threatened people in my life. I would never do to people what I don't intend to do to them.
Why did you make that?
What you don't like
let's
to do
let's
to
leave
you.
that. We're still
I
coming to the
think
context.
it's very important for people to know that
was it somebody?
Because I am queer does not make me vulnerable and does not make me susceptible to your, can we swear, to your fuckery, right? So for me, I somebody did something and they think that they are powerful,
Okay.
but they need to watch their back because I've got my files on them, and this is not a threat.
Okay,
got
this was
your what?
directed at one person,
Yeah.
and then the
And
rest
other
of us
people
catch the.
can catch the stray bullets.
Yeah.
There is this
But the
idea.
timing of that thing, who were you talking to?
I'm not gonna talk
you didn't
about
fear?
that.
You will come outside for 80.
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk
Is
about that.
it that because you have money now, or because you are older?
It's
you're
not because I
scared?
have money. You see, people think that because they can get away with certain things in this country,
Yeah.
they can get away, right?
Yeah.
But you can't. And for me, I believe in accountability. Unless you say that I have done something bad to you
Yeah.
and it's deserving of me to receive punishment. But if the only excuse you have is because of who I am,
Yeah.
and then you think that because of who I am, you have a right, because you're not like me, to mete out punishment towards me, I'll deal with you.
Okay.
And so I've passed that message.
Yeah.
And when people
Hear ye.
when people say nasty things online, I'll keep record of it.
Yeah.
I'll screenshot it.
Yeah.
When people attack LGBT people, I keep a record of it.
So you are
of
the
it.
record keeper of.
Because there will be one day
Yeah.
you will need a place where people like me are celebrated.
Yeah.
And I'll block you also.
Okay. So
Wow,
so
with your
so
full
this
chest.
this
Yeah.
this is this not like what you've been through? People attacked you, you know.
I'm not attacking anyone.
But this is more like
No,
you
I am now speaking for that innocent, vulnerable me that couldn't speak for myself.
couldn't speak at that time.
Yeah, for the people that beat me up, and have a justification for beating me up,
Yeah.
I'm saying you're not going to beat up another
Another-
33-year-old one. No, it's not going to happen because you shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You don't
shouldn't
like
happen.
This
you
is-
don't like
shouldn't
me.
happen.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Keep
What
to
you should do
yourself.
This is my
I
problem
think
with
the
the
best-
this is my
the
problem
issue
with
is
the
we lack
LGBT
Yes,
community.
like, what the hell is
we lack
that?
love.
Yeah,
We
Forget
do.
that lack
and
love.
for a country that is so religious.
Yeah, we
We
do.
actually
Yeah.
And that's why I
love.
said people
and
don't know
God is
who
love, and God is
is.
supposed to be love. So
People don't know who God
LGBT
is.
community in Nigeria,
Ah.
this is my problem, right? With the people. There's no unity.
How many
There's
do
no
you know?
unity amongst a lot of them, right?
Why do you
I
say
know that
so?
because there are a lot of celebrities, right, that are bi. Do you get? they practice this thing, right? But they come online to castigate. Do you get what I'm saying?
Those ones
To act
haven't come out yet.
No,
now.
I'm coming. And it will bring me to a question, because I know a lot of celebrities where they run this thing, male and female, right? When you see people drag a particular person, they support. Do you get what I'm saying? They support as if they are not part of the thing. So now I want to ask you, if this law, right, is now changed in Nigeria, and they say, okay, man, if they do man officially, woman, if they do woman officially, because they run them, but not officially. So if it's now allowed, do you think more people will come out?
Yes, for sure.
More people will come out.
Yeah, for sure. It happened in the US, it happened in Europe, that when there is a situation where people feel comfortable to be their authentic self, that they will appreciate, they will celebrate that, and that will allow them to come out.
Are you working towards, talking to people in government and all that?
I'm working towards a Nigeria that represents all Nigerians, that is free for all Nigerians, and irrespective of sexual orientation or gender identity.
Nigeria, that's
You can't
tribalism is
do it
still
from
a big
you can't do it
problem
from just
for-
the internet. You guys probably need to get. I know there are a lot of people in power
How
that-
do you think that we are doing it from the internet?
Okay, so you guys are penetrating already.
I don't know what you mean by penetrating.
No, like the system.
Not you.
Because
No,
I know-
not that. Now, this is not that kind of penetration. He's saying entry into the system.
No, he knew he was just
Which guy? Which guy? You
Oh,
come and
guys,
say the
please,
penetration.
please, please,
No,
please,
wait. Now,
Please, I beg.
let me
Don't do that.
let me.
I don't know penetration.
Busy wait. See, this is another fear is that some people believe that, oh, if they come out now, like somebody like you, they'll lose fan base. Someone like VDM now, for instance, what do you think is scared of?
Well, for me, when I talk about consequential topics or very important discuss, I try not to waste very important resources, which is time, on inconsequential things.
Thank you.
Do you know
I
why?
don't want to talk about.
Do you know why? Do you know why I said it? You know why?
Thank you, please.
No,
Yeah, do what you
you know
want
why
to
I
say.
said this, because
Yeah, see the nail on the head.
there are rumors, right, that the LGBT community they are unhappy with him because
It's not our business.
Calm down, because it's a question now. You go ask your own. Everybody get their time, because he chased Bobrisky out of Nigeria, right? And him doing that, right, goes against everything that someone like you.
Is it not
As-
December Brisky that said that they celebrate the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act? I think these are just two people.
So that's why I said there's no
I just-
unity.
No, it's
There's
not
no
about
unity among you guys.
It's not
The
about
two of
unity.
them now, they are gay.
No, they are
or
not.
bi.
Bobrisky is not gay.
Okay, Bobrisky is what?
Bobrisky is not gay. VDM, whatever his name is, has not come out to say that he's gay.
Exactly why it's not
These
about
are
business to
just
discuss
two
this.
people.
Then if it wasn't his
these are
business-
just two people that are trying to make their daily 2K. And I don't think, as somebody whose life and reality has been turned to skits, I want to be involved in this
Thank
caricature
you.
that these two people are performing. It's none of my business. I'm more interested in people who are living their authentic
So you
life.
said Bobrisky is not gay. What was he?
I don't want to talk about Bobrisky.
Okay.
I just feel like us as Nigerians, we should just learn to respect people.
We can't respect you. Listen, don't say that. If you're a public figure in this country, you do something to the public. You can't tell us to respect
Let me
you.
finish the one. We
But that's
need
if
to
I've
learn to
disrespected the
respect.
country.
Yeah, we need to learn to
Sorry?
respect people and respect boundaries.
There's
If
no
somebody
boundary once
has-
you're a public
chill.
figure.
If somebody has not come out to publicly declare that they are gay or not, it's none of your business. Who somebody
It
is
is
having
all
sex
of our
with.
business
It's
when you
not-
begin to
they
drag.
want-
See, don't do that. Don't do that.
Who you're having
Because
sex
Tosin
with
was
is
here.
nobody's
Tosin was here, and you
business.
listen to him. Why are you an hypocrite? Tosin was here, and you listen to when Tosin said that. As long as you bring something
On social
But this
media,
person has not come out to declare that they are gay. So
as
why
long
are
as
we
you bring
discussing
something up
it?
on social media, he's going to talk about it. Do you understand? We see Bobrisky cuddling a man and all that.
But Bobrisky
And-
is not.
and you are saying I should not talk about it. Why?
Bobrisky
Why?
is
Who is
not-
it that I cannot talk about? Who is
Bobrisky
video that I
is
cannot
not.
talk about?
Bobrisky is not a man.
Who is
He's
it?
a
We can
woman.
have that. We can have that conversation.
What do you mean Bobrisky is not a
about
man?
He's
Bobrisky.
transitioned now.
Bobrisky has
So-
transitioned to a. Bobrisky is a trans woman, right? And we need to understand the concept of gender.
Does he have
Bobrisky is a now. your sexual organ does not determine your gender. And I know that this is a conversation that will fly over a lot of Nigerian heads, and they don't pay me to be a lecturer. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to educate people.
No, but there's
But
not in
Brisky
Nigeria. You
Yeah,
have
it's
this,
a global thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
it's
have
a
that
global
debate
thing.
about
we
what
had the debate
exactly.
in the UK about what is a woman and all of that.
Thank you.
But the conversation we never had is about what is a man. And for me, I still think that the attack against trans community is nothing but it's nothing but misogyny, right? Because it's okay for a woman to transition to a man. Nobody questioned that man.
It's okay for a
It's
woman
not
to transition to a
okay.
man.
No. How many times have you heard trans men being dragged?
I don't know any
maybe
trans
because-
man in Nigeria.
Maybe because men don't like pay attention to things like that.
No,
for themselves.
because it's the biggest hate against queer people goes to effeminate gay men. Because to an average man, the idea is, how dare you be like a woman? And when straight people, close-minded straight people, talk about gayness, they talk about gayness in the term of femininity. And you need to listen and see that conversation comes from nothing but hate and disrespect for women. And there is no way as a man you can be homophobic that you're not misogynistic.
I doubt it.
I'm telling you the
I
truth.
doubt it.
Because
But I know that
they
more women
hate-
have issues with trans women more than men, though.
No.
Like
Yeah.
you would see, it's women who are
Yes.
saying trans women are not
There's a
women.
reason why,
Our
because
realities are not your reality.
Let's
It's not the men who are doing that
But
to
if you
trans
decide
women.
to transition
So,
into
it's
a
not the
sorry,
men who
into
are
a
doing
woman,
Except
right?
now that
Bisi,
Bobrisky is not
the
a-
fact
is
that
not a
genetically,
man,
right?
He has transitioned.
Okay, he has
there are
transitioned to
things that
woman.
you
Trans
naturally
woman.
have more than me. You have more testosterone than I.
But
But-
you have hormone blockers that take the testosterone away and increase your estrogen.
But the fact is, genetically
You're stronger.
You're stronger.
You're stronger.
You're
I am not-
stronger.
I'm not
saying-
disputing
what
that.
we're
So
saying
that's
is-
why women have issues.
Yeah, women are
with
the ones who
that.
are resisting trans women,
But do you
not
think
the men,
but
actually.
no, not women,
Actually.
because we need to be. Let me tell you
Women,
this.
we are the
There
ones
no.
resisting
Let me tell you
trans
something.
women.
There are actually a higher percentage of women who are accepting of trans people than we see. What we see, and the same thing with homophobic, is that in this country there are a lot of straight people that are advocates and allies of LGBT community, and I know a lot of them. But the reason is the people that make the most noise are tiny like this, but they make a lot of noise.
I have an unpopular
That-
opinion. Homophobic people are closeted gay people.
I agree with you
Because there's no reason in the world why who another man is fucking is making you lose sleep at night. It's
I
because
agree
you
with
want
you.
to do it.
I agree with you.
Sarah,
100%.
no,
It's
you
true.
can't, you
And-
can't
and
say
It's
this.
true. There's no
Yeah,
reason
I
why you
just
should
feel
care
like
that
you
much.
just
Listen,
you really
listen.
actually lack love, understanding,
No,
and
no, no,
patience.
no,
Forget
no.
that
Afraid.
they
You're
want
afraid
to.
of something.
Yes, you're
You're
afraid
afraid
of
of something.
your
See,
potential
listen.
to do something with
Yeah.
a man.
Some
That's
people,
my
some
opinion.
people don't react based on just this alone. Do you understand? what I'm saying?
Why will a human being decide that you see somebody living their lives not bothering
And it's giving you headache.
and you decide that you want to beat them up till they die just because
No,
they're having
beating
sex
up-
with a man?
beating up-
Can't you see that it's because you are passing your fears to that person?
But you know,
think that you will do it. That's why you're beating that person. That's
Okay.
the only
Sarah,
reason.
use that
Okay.
use that
I've-
mentality and look at why some white people just hate black people. What's the problem? Do they want to be black?
No, the idea. No. That's not the point.
They might not want to be black.
No. The hatred.
I think it comes from just
Nancy,
hating.
no,
not
the
even that
hatred-
you want to be the other. You
No.
have a lot of hate in your heart.
No, the hatred.
That's how I see
the
it.
I
black.
don't
The
think
racism
so.
has been traced to sometimes.
I don't think
the
so.
envy of whiteness to the potential of blackness, and the threat that blackness presents to whiteness. And so, for whiteness to consider itself superior, it has to suppress
Demean.
the biggest
Yes.
competition that is more powerful than him. Every white person comes from a black woman.
That one, I don't know about that one. I
I'm
never
telling you the
studied
truth.
rich that side.
Because the most diverse DNA in the world is a black DNA.
Yeah, it's actually
and
true.
it's a black DNA that
Yeah.
produces every other DNA in the world. So there can
Yeah.
never be whiteness without blackness.
Two white couples can give birth to a black child, but two black couples, if they give birth to a white child, there's a problem.
And you can trace it back
Yeah.
to, even if it happens, it will be an albino.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
can trace it back that it has a core in their DNA before.
Yeah, lineage.
So this whole idea, there's something about whiteness that is afraid of blackness. And it goes back to what you're saying. And when you listen to the conversation, it's very much about you know, you see this thing online. People say, "Oh, I cover my yansh with the blood of Jesus." I mean, I laugh. I laugh because
It should say.
Is it that-
most of them wear condom underwear, condom pants that they've not washed for 6 days. Their feet are dirty. Their fingernails are uncut. They don't have money to go to a barber, and they think someone like me will look at them twice and want to touch them.
But don't you think
Like,
this
But
Really?
is it that you guys cannot take a joke?
But you know,
It's not a
A
joke.
joke that is costing us our lives.
Yeah, it's
How
not
is
a
it costing-
joke.
how
It's
is
not
it
a
costing-
joke.
no,
It's
no,
not
listen,
a
A
joke.
joke that cost me
I'm
my
a comedian,
home.
right?
It's
I'm a
not a
A
comedian.
joke that cost me my
Calm
home.
down, calm down.
That
Don't
cost
get-
me my family.
don't get too-
No, I'm not getting. No, because when you
You're
say a
trying to
joke,
demean
there
this
is a
reality.
life.
It is
There's a
reality.
life
No,
at
no,
the
no, no,
end
listen,
of that
listen.
joke.
Exactly.
Are people laughing?
It
Why-
doesn't matter. Am I laughing? I'm
Okay.
the clown
Okay.
in the store that you
Somebody
all
has
have
to be
come
the butt of the
see.
joke.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
do
Somebody
that.
has to be the
Don't
butt
do
of the
that.
joke.
Sometimes I'm
Don't
the
do
butt
that.
of the joke. I'm me. They laugh my own failure. What
But
about that
you-
one?
you
The
make-
whole country now calls me failed comedian. Have I ever blamed the country?
But you made yours. You made a choice.
You made a choice.
I didn't make a choice. I was born with it. I did
Oh, so
not.
me, I was born with a
Okay,
failure.
How you sure you're born
do you
with
think
this?
it's so fabulous for me?
I know it's not
Wait,
fabulous for you.
now,
I feel
Nancy,
you guys
wait.
just take it too
No.
serious.
Do you
right?
think it's so fabulous for me to
People
wake
are
up in
dying.
a
They're
country like
killing them.
people are
Nigeria?
dying
They're
of
killing
everything?
them.
To wake
You're
up in a
killing
country
them.
like Nigeria and say, "Oh my God, what you want to do with my life today?
I wanna be
Okay,
gay.
I'm gonna be gay.
I wanna be gay.
Because
Now
it's
this
so,
is now this one now.
Because-
Another gay person can say
because it's so
oh, it's funny.
fabulous.
You're
because
cracking
it's
a
so
joke.
fabulous.
This is you being
I want
funny.
to be gay in this country.
Especially
when I will
back
lose
then.
my home, I will lose my family, I will lose my job, I will lose everything that makes me human. And I will wake up one morning and say, you know what, it's fabulous.
I wanna
Let
be
me be
gay.
the butt of the joke.
But
It's
Bisi,
not the same.
you've
But
talked
you
about
chose
the
to be a
pain.
comedian. You could be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be
Oh, so
whatever
I
you want
chose to be a
You
failed-
chose.
a
I
failed
didn't.
comedian.
You put the F before it. I didn't.
People call me failed comedian.
I'm
in this
not
country.
them.
Who's
I
going
don't
to fight
even.
for me?
I don't even
Who's
know
going to-
you before
But Bisi,
now.
you've been talking about you. Oh, you didn't
So
know
I
before
wouldn't
now.
call you a
You didn't know.
fake-
You didn't know before now. You don't know. Stop now.
DeeOne,
Stop now.
what?
Nobody for this country. Bisi, wait.
Let's ask your last question.
Huh?
We need to talk
question
about
don't
the
run,
movie,
come
you
on my head.
guys. We need to talk about the movie before we go.
Okay, before the
We need to
movie.
talk about the movie.
Okay. Yeah, you've talked about the pain, and to be honest, like I said, a lot of people need to respect you, even straight people, right? I respect you because it takes a lot of balls to do what you did. I wasn't supposed to use that ball. It does a lot of mind. You know?
Why? Why did you
Now-
say it doesn't? Why didn't you say?
No, I don't want.
Koya, continue. No,
Okay.
guys, lock up. I don't lock up. Oya, talk with
Okay,
you.
so this one is funny, right? This one is okay. Okay, so now the benefit of this thing way they do, I want you to talk about it a little because I mean, have you gotten some funding, because I know you are doing well. Do you understand?
And you think that I'm doing well because
And
I'm
everywhere
getting
is
funding.
good.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
Okay,
saying that.
that's a very good question.
Because somebody
but
said-
let me
yeah.
ask a question. Do you have any funding or any benefit for being straight?
No, now I want to not get funding like that now.
How do you?
Ow!
So what do you think? Because it's a very good question.
There's the
you've
amount
asked.
of money you will tell me now. Say they inside this thing now. People go, begin.
Are you
upon
sure
their
it's
own.
people
But
or
that's-
is
but
you?
Oh, you exactly.
but
Because you
it's
seem
you.
so
No.
interested.
NGO thing.
That's
the
the problem. I don't run an NGO, right? So this is the problem that also another myth that people have that, oh my God, and I get messages every time. They say, oh, how much is it if I become gay? And I was like,
Yeah, they
do
pay
you
now.
think? Yes. Do you think if
people
there's
they pay.
money,
They pay you.
will they pay you? Do
Not
you think,
me, oh.
Okay, so do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah,
Do you give your girlfriend money?
yeah.
Do you think it's right to give your
She
girlfriend?
gives me money. Oh.
But do you think it's right to give your girlfriend money and for your girlfriend to give you money?
Yes, yes.
So do you think it's right for me to give my boyfriend money and my boyfriend to give me money?
No, but big money they said.
Oh
So-
my
You
God.
give money according to your potential.
Yeah.
Okay, a
If your
popular.
girlfriend is dating Dangote, he's not going to be collecting the level of
That's
money.
true. A popular activist said that there's gay for pay and normal gay. Is it true?
So there's straight for pay.
They're straightforward.
I'm just
There
saying,
are a
is
lot
it
of-
true?
There are a lot of
Una
it is-
they did very.
No,
una
it's
for this
true.
una community, eh?
It's true. See, it's true. It
Yeah.
is true. I'm not going to deny that.
Ah,
But there
because
are a
things
lot
are
of
tough in the
there are a
country.
lot
Some
of
people
gay
might-
men who
Yeah.
have good bodies, who are gigolo to straight women, who love to sleep with men, who love to sleep with other men.
Yeah.
There is a market for everything as long as you can package it.
Yeah.
So there's a big market for this gay
So
for
also
pay
there's
thing.
a big market for straight. for
Una
pay.
they did defend. I'm talking about you people. Una they did.
Do you know that? But until this conversation that I had with you, I'm not going to lie. When we go for parties, right, we see the gay people. If you notice, they're always in their own corner. Like if you come into a party now, you see the gay guys and the gay girls. They will leave every other person and they're in their own corner, and you will hear them make nasty remarks about like straight people. I don't know if anybody has experienced
I
it.
get-
I've
I've
experienced it when I go for parties and then you see gay people together and then you see them like they now see straight people and they just make one remark and they start laughing and they start, kind of like bullying in quotes.
No,
Until
we
now-
just
no,
like
chill.
to talk, we just like to talk about your dressing,
So
your
until
makeup,
now,
your shoes.
I think it's
and
more
your-
than that. I
But
was
if
gonna
not the
say-
other way around, now take a personal.
Wait, chill.
At the end
Until
of
now,
it,
until
yeah.
now, I was gonna say that it was bullying and it came off as them always trying to be main character. But until this conversation that I had with you, I think that for them it's more like a defense mechanism. It's more like they
Yeah.
know that straight people are going to come for them. So what they now do is before you come for me,
They go down.
I will come. So you
for
see them looking at people
Just
like
like
in
the
your
threat.
face and laughing
Just like
at
the threat that
and-
you issue online. The threat that you issue online.
It was not a threat; it's a fact.
Okay, you said it's
I don't
it's not a
threaten
threat.
people.
So it's a
So-
fact
so
that
on
if somebody comes for the gay community or the LGBT, the career would die. Career that people would not build. Stop
I
that.
honestly just
I
feel
don't
like
believe it,
I
though.
honestly feel like both communities, right? Which I find it hard to say community because overall the only community I see is the human race.
Exactly.
It's the human race I see, which I
And the only
feel
religion
like,
is love.
honestly, because that's who
Exactly.
God
You won't shake me
is.
for this one.
Love.
Oh, yeah, no,
and I
fake.
feel like
yeah, let me
if love was the center of everything, right?
It's true.
We will not be here.
Yeah.
But let's just hit straight to
the
your
movie. Yes. See
By
you
the
tonight.
way, I
Shall
was
we
gonna
meet
I was gonna
tonight?
say
Shall we
this,
meet
right?
tonight?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say this, BC, you're an amazing guy. You're
Oh,
an
thank
amazing
you.
guy. And
Thank
the
you.
truth of
And
matter
very
is,
smart too.
for
thank you.
you to do what you did right in 2004, it shows that there's an amount of love, do you understand, that came out of it. Yeah, you can back it up with, oh, you were scared, blah blah blah, but to do that thing, it really really, because of course you're not the only one, but for it to come out that way.
Thank you. Thank you
Nice
very
one.
much.
So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about the movie now. So, it's a queer story. Yeah. Give us the tea. Where did it come from? You said you studied theater art, so
Yeah, I studied theater at uni, but I didn't direct it. I produced it. So
Yeah.
it's my first produced project. I've got about 4 other projects that I'm producing, and I'm actually working with. I'll be working with a top Nigerian actor for my next project, and so my production company in the UK is called Vengeance Production. Vengeance, not like
Vengeance.
not-
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
it's like a play on that word.
Ooh.
Yeah, and in the UK, in Nigeria, it's called 1701 Media, and we are only focused on producing commercially viable queer content, queer
Only?
stories, podcasts, anything but
Yeah.
queer. And the whole idea is we have a good network in the UK and in the US to raise investment and use that investment to encourage queer content across the continent of Africa. So there's a big money there, and these people are interested in more commercially viable queer content coming from Africa, and so we are tapping into that. So this is our first project. It was written and directed by this brilliant writer called Wapa Ezeyigwe, whom I met after watching one of their short story called Country Love. And I watched it and I just
Was
fell
it a
in.
queer story?
It was also a queer story. And I watched it and I just fell in love with their writing. I fell in love with their cinematography. I fell in love with their, artwork and everything. And I remember when I met them, I said, I'm going to work with it one day. And so when I founded my production company, I reached out to them and said, do you have a story? So it was a feature film. But then there was a grant available to me, which is not much. It was just 20 grand in pounds to make a film of 10 minutes. So I just reached out to them.
It's not a lot. 20.
DeeOne, don't do the
Okay, come,
conversion. Don't do the
I
conversion.
just look at it for something
Don't
million
leave
for 10
am
minutes.
now.
Okay, sorry.
Leave
sorry.
am. Ah,
And
Let's be grateful in life, but no problem, sir. It's fine.
You don't bust in brain.
It's fine.
sorry, I
Like,
don't.
we've
I
been doing
don't
this thing
deal
for
in
over 1
naira.
hour. You know,
Relax.
it's okay, it's fine.
Relax.
Don't
Say no.
It's not a lot. Let's I have a lot of stories.
I had the same thoughts, but I died it too.
Because I actually, it's not because of what you said, but I have a lot of stories that are queer related.
Is it now? Is it now? Is it now?
Let's move.
So we shot the film. I read the script. It was beautiful. It was a very lovely story. So it's a story of this young lady who was betrothed to another guy in another town in Enugu, post Biafra. And while she was going to meet her husband, she met this beautiful lady on the bus. And it fits back into what we've been talking about since. She was not a lesbian. she was not aware of that she could ever fall in love with a woman. There was nothing like that ever occurred to her. She saw this woman in that moment, the locked eye, and there's something just sparked. And then the story came, and then she met her husband, the person that would be her husband, and a lot of things happened. And she has to make a choice. Does she go with this woman? Does she go with this man? Or does she go away from everything? And so that is the big story. But the short one that was premiered last night was very much around the moment they met in the clothes shop and the interaction with her husband. And he says a lot about the entitlement that Nigerian men have over the body of a woman. And also how this young lady is trying to like assert herself and what makes her happy. Because it's clear every time she's with this woman, she's a very happy, bubbly person. But whenever she's with this man, she's gloomy, she's sad. And it's a story of all of us. So you don't have to be quiet. There are a lot of women who are in heterosexual marriage, but they're in love with another man. But their family have given them out to another man and they're not happy. And we were talking about it. Marriage should be about happiness. Marriage should be a forever. And if marriage is not for forever, then what is the essence of marriage? Yeah.
I like the fact that you're advocating for marriage.
I like the
married.
perspective.
He's married.
I've been married for 9 years. So.
Awesome. I like the perspective. But I wanted to ask, like, do things like this come up in homosexual relationships where partners are like, they feel like they're entitled to their partner's bodies? And, I just wanted to...
We have a lot of domestic violence in same-sex relationship, especially, it's even common among lesbians, and I think that it goes back to what you're saying about humanity. When somebody is gay, or lesbian or bi, we certainly think that they are different from us. We're as nasty as everybody. We're as funny as everybody. We're as arrogant as everybody. We're as piece of shit as everybody else, right? The only difference is just we don't love the same. And when I say we don't love the same, we don't love the same gender.
Yeah.
I can be as abusive in a relationship as you can be as abusive in a relationship, right? It doesn't change anything. So because I'm gay does not mean that there's something special about me.
But
It's
I
just
think
a
it would be a
way.
lot easier to handle.
It's not.
No, but gay
Do you
domestic
know how hard
violence,
it
nah,
is?
that one a court clash.
Do you know how...
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done with you.
He was going to say...
Do you know how hard, like you said, how hard it is for two men to be together? These are two men that have been cultured to be the provider,
The alpha.
That
the
means
alpha.
food go plenty for that house.
And-
Two providers.
And like you're testing the power. You're testing your power, who can do this. But I think
Yeah.
for us, it's just I think the beauty of it is there is no man or woman in a relationship. We just
Really?
we just see two men in relationship and we navigate. I love to cook, for example. I love to cook.
Marry me, please.
My
Second
husband,
wife. Second
my-
husband.
My husband has an
Go bed
OCD. He has an OCD about cleaning.
Ooh, so he always cleans.
He cleans as I'm cooking, it's cleaning. As I'm cooking, it's cleaning. And we sit down, we eat our food, and he packs the plate. You go and wash the plate. That's it. He brings something to the table as the husband. I bring something to the table as the husband.
Okay, now you do that in that. What do you bring to the table?
Yes, we ask, what do you bring to the table?
Okay.
I'm not here. I'm not Jesus.
That's
I'm not here
true,
to
sha.
save the world.
That's true.
So what are you bringing to the table?
No, but you have a lot to bring to this film now. Will give you small.
Jesus.
Yeah,
But on
get
that
money.
note,
Is
Yeah,
that
get
you're
money.
calculating my
I
income?
swear.
Once you beg for money, beg with your full
DeeOne
chest.
is to DeeOne has a money antenna all over, like
It's a
his
Nigerian man
eyes.
now.
Exactly.
No,
He
but
has
you know
money.
where say this guy get money. Say it's not much. Just that's over 40 million for 10 minutes film.
Don't worry.
It's not
that's-
much
that-
because
it's because of when
it's a
Nigeria.
British film.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not a
Yes.
Nigerian film. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
British
yeah.
film.
Yes.
So there are a lot of things that we have to pay for, and
Yeah.
every actor will have to be paid
Well,
the UK standard.
Yeah.
So there are a lot
That's
of, and it's not rushed. So we shot the film in 2023, and it just came
Really?
out recently. So you can
Wow.
imagine the amount of time we spent in post production.
Shout out to all our
Yeah.
YouTubers. We love you.
these ones we shoot today, by next week you don't
Now,
premiere.
because you know, tell me some Nigerian
don't
guys in
premiere.
UK wait they for do that production for you cheaper.
Papa,
But
We
Yes,
actually did all our post-production here.
Oh,
In
okay, okay.
Nigeria. I
Everything,
love
post-production, pre-production, all the cast and crew Nigerian.
Wow.
Okay.
We have a big up to our lead actress, Goodness Emmanuel, and to Uzomaka Onoa, and
Uzoma
to
is so cool.
Jasper Wills Ebuka. They did amazing
But are you
work
not scared
in
of
telling
like
the story.
resistance from like the Nigerian government? Because we know that as far as we're concerned, being gay is still illegal. So like,
It's not illegal to be gay.
Is if you're
is it
caught
not-
in the act.
It's not even.
if you're caught in the
you-
act, that makes it illegal.
And so he
But
says
if I
he's
say I'm gay, if I
but
walk
he's
down
not
the
been caught in
street,
the act.
I walk down the street. Nobody
That's the
can
loophole
arrest me
in
for
that
being gay.
law.
Are you serious?
Yes, you have to be
There
caught
is
in the
no,
act.
there is no law.
So
in
I can
this
declare
country.
now that I'm gay until they see me with a woman.
You will
doing
just
it.
lose your job.
But I thought they said it's 14 years in jail.
That is if you get married.
What of gay for pay? You lose your job too. 'Cause
I
there's
don't know
pay.
about
Okay.
that. You already make money. Are you
Asking for-
thinking about
No,
it?
it's not me. I'm asking
I
for
can
there's
help,
an
I can
activist
help you
that
manage your
there's an activist
OnlyFans
that is
page.
involved in it.
Honestly, I help people manage their OnlyFans page.
He's ready.
I can help you manage your
No,
OnlyFans
it's
page
too
because
late.
you can't
It's too late. I've
open.
gone too far with women.
You're never too late.
You're never too
But you
late.
never do woman before now.
It doesn't
Oh my
matter. It
God.
doesn't pay me
Well,
money.
Let's
yeah,
move.
we'll try woman first.
And you no. Why didn't you try man first? Then
Ladies,
I try woman.
okay, we'll try woman first.
But guys, on that note,
DeeOne, you are
guys,
so crazy.
it was nice having you sitting
Yes.
down.
Very
to-
interesting guy.
to
Very.
talk to
Very
you.
interesting.
I still believe that you still love God.
I still believe
and
so
you
too.
love Christ. But don't worry, let's end
That's
it.
what he's talking about. Say
Yeah,
no for Sam.
no. We're not forcing him. We're just telling him. That's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I won't talk.
Yeah, I know you won't talk. But I'm looking forward to. I wish you all the best and your movie. I hope it does.
Please
well
let us
It will
know.
do.
I'll post it.
Yeah.
I'll post
Yeah.
it.
I hope
please.
it does
share it
well
with
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note, guys, thank you
But you
so
enjoyed
much.
hanging out with us, yeah?
Oh my god, it's so fun.
Ah.
Honestly, it's so fun. You know the thing
Yay.
is, all my best friends are girls.
Really?
Really
Add us to the
though.
list so that you be cooking for me, please.
It's always like,
I don't understand you.
and
So I
if you
like
ever-
food there.
If you ever find yourself in London,
Oh,
just let me know. I will so love to host you in my house
problem.
and in my little mansion. I'll be very happy to host you.
we'll be there.
So-
We'll not
so
come
it's
And
just-
with
DeeOne,
both
don't
of
be a
them.
stranger. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you so
Oh,
much, and I
thank
hope
you
you guys
very much.
had
We had
a
a
great
great
one
time.
on
Yeah.
the show. It's us signing out. Pulse Hall Takes. Bye.